back. R.I.P. Kobe, episode 24 of the Casual Talk podcast. And out of obviously every podcast, or almost, obviously we got to do the portal of the day.
You got to start it off hot, you know what I'm saying?
Let me get this loaded up.
All right, you already know. Giannis or LeBron, who you feeling?
Let's go with the GOAT.
LeBron today? So it's east,
Forward.
and it's a forward. He's taller than 6'9".
Want
Want to go Tatum?
Let's go Tatum. Oh. Guard slash forward.
Wait, how is Tatum listed as a guard?
Well, he's a forward slash guard. I don't know. I mean, he's 6'8". I mean, now these days players are.
How old is Al Horford?
He's younger than LeBron,
Want to go Al Horford?
but he's. Oh yeah, we could. What number is he? 40? Is he like what?
He's bigger than 6. I know that much.
It's not Al Horford.
Not Al Horford. He's still younger than Al Horford.
It's like Grant Williams. How tall is Grant Williams? But no, but he's got to be 6'10" at least, though. So it can't be Grant Williams.
I don't think it's Grant. Grant's like 6'7", 6'8". It can't be Robert Williams. Or do they have Robert Williams as a no? It has to be straightforward, no center. Gallinari?
Who? Oh, Gallo. Gallo! I totally forgot he was even on the Celtics.
I mean, the Celtics would have been even nastier with Gallo, no lie. More off-bench scoring because they need that, apparently.
Well, that was a quick, easy one.
Started off hot, for Kobe.
Well, we are 2 weeks away from the regular season of the NFL to be done. So I think it's time to look at who's still available to make the playoffs. Yeah, that face. Yes, I know.
I hate this team. Let's just get into it. I hate this team.
Okay, so let me get this. Let me pull this up too right away. Okay. So I think it's fair enough that we got the Bills, Chiefs, Bengals, Jags. Oh, no, I mean not the Jags yet. Oh, the Ravens and the Chargers are all locks right now.
I did not think the Ravens were going to clinch without Lamar, but fair enough. Here we are.
I mean, their division has been pretty weak this year.
I mean, the Steelers are still in the wild cards chase. The Browns are just but.
I mean, and the Bengals are good, so I shouldn't really.
The
say
Bengals
that.
obviously are winning the division, yeah.
But I think, okay, so let's be realistically honest about this. Are the Raiders gonna make it?
They just benched Derek Carr. They play the 49ers, which is just tough. I think one loss and they're out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who's their backup? Who's their backup? Is it the Auburn quarterback?
It is Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah, the Auburn quarterback a couple years ago. Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't realize you had it open here. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think the Raiders are done. They are cooked.
I mean, one loss and they are out technically, and they do play the 49ers, who are the hottest team in football right now.
McCaffrey carrying literally every fantasy owner the last how many weeks.
I mean, he was terrible last week, and he cost me. So,
okay, so here are the Titans. The Titans are in a sticky situation. They can technically still win the division. Who do they got left though? Do they still play?
But they already lost to the Cowboys. Now it's just the Jaguars.
So they need the Jags to lose.
No, the Jag. It doesn't matter. This week does not matter, regardless of outcome. What matters is they beat the Jaguars.
Yeah. Well, no, but if the oh yeah, okay, I guess you're right.
Because they're playing for tiebreaker.
Yeah. And I think the Jags are going to win. Trevor Lawrence is looking too hot right
He's
now.
finally looking at the quarterback we thought we were going to get outside of college.
Their receiving core is catching fire, even
And
though
wait till they get Calvin Ridley next year.
And even though Zay Jones had a rough week last week, I'm still expecting a lot. And the Jags are going to be a threat in like a year or two in the AFC.
And they're building up a defense nicely too. Oh, they just lost Cam Robinson. That's going to be a big loss.
So I think the Titans are out. I mean, there's still a very good opportunity that I could be wrong, but well, I mean, what do you think? Do you think the Jags are going to win that week?
I think I would give the Jags the favorite to win it for sure. It is tough because obviously it's one game, winner go home. Literally, it's a playoff game.
So it's pretty much going to be the same atmosphere
As a playoff game, yeah.
As the Chargers,
Also,
as the Chargers Raiders game last year.
Yeah, pretty much. But we also something we can't forget as well is that Derrick Henry has a history of going off against the AFC South teams.
That's true, but is the Titans defense good enough to stop this hot Jags offense?
The Titans defense, I wouldn't say is their issue more than their offense. They just can't figure it out on offense. Ryan Tannehill's hurt. Malik Willis does not look like he's him right now. The receiving core is not helping the young quarterback either. Derrick Henry has to carry the load.
So if you're a Jags fan, you just got to hope that Derrick Henry gets shut down.
That's pretty much the game plan of the Jags. Take care of Henry, and you should be fine. I mean, you put up points against the Cowboys defense, which is an elite defense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You can put up points against any defense. And I do like the Titans defense, although I don't like their scheme.
Do you think Mike Vrabel has a chance to get booted?
No, I think the Titans will be looking for a quarterback. That's for sure.
And there's a lot of quarterbacks available.
I mean, Derek Carr is apparently going to be available this summer.
Tom Brady. I don't think Brady's going to. I think Brady's has a better chance going to Vegas than
Brady either goes to New England, stays in Tampa, or retires. There's no in between.
I mean, but we'll get to that later. That is off-season drama.
Yeah,
I have a lot of quarterbacks I think the Raiders could go for.
I mean, this is also the next two draft classes for quarterbacks also look really nice.
You have Devontae Adams. You just got to keep him happy.
The thing is, Devontae Adams went to Vegas to play with Derek Carr.
Derek Carr choked. He choked last week.
See, the thing is, I can't even play him with Derek Carr because Josh McDaniels should not be an NFL coach.
I mean, maybe Josh McDaniels is going to be like Nathaniel Hackett and be out.
They're smart they do that, but shout out the Broncos for not wasting time and realizing that Hackett isn't the guy. They fired him first year.
Shout out. Okay, so this is when it gets really interesting. The AFC East. This is rough. So especially for both of us, because
as a Miami Dolphins fan, we're not making playoffs. I will gladly say that right now. I don't know why I put blind optimism into this team every fucking year. And every fucking year we get the same outcome, the same result every year. You know, we are at what? 27 wins in 3 years and not one playoff to show for it. And we're going to lose out. We're going to lose to the Patriots without Tua, which Tua, I have some problems with you right now, but we'll get to that in a bit. We're going to lose to the Patriots. Then we play the Jets, and the Jets defense creamed all over us when we played with Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson. So
I think I think the issue with what happened was what happened against the Packers.
Simple.
Tua,
Tua decided to go, oh, I don't have a concussion. I don't know what you're talking about, and play.
yep.
It was an undetected concussion. Nobody knew he had a concussion. He didn't say, oh, I don't feel good. And
Tua is kind of a reason why I lost my fantasy football league.
And Tua throws 3 freaking picks. Back to back to back almost.
I think, like, when I saw the first pick when he overthrew Tyreek, I just thought maybe it was just. I mean, Tua was playing perfect. He was looking good though before that, and then he overthrew Tyreek, and I was like, okay. I mean,
no, he balled that first half. Balled.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
like, he was looking good. But then 2 picks looked like miscommunications, which obviously now that we know he's concussed was on him. And the third pick, he just threw it straight at Jared Alexander.
I mean, that Packers defense is really good. I don't think we can't just blame Tua. I think the Packers defense has been.
But he torched that same defense the first half.
I mean, he got a 75-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle, and then he had like a 50-yard pass to Tyreek in the first half.
Jalen Waddle is him.
But like the crazy thing about that is Tyreek was cooking. He turned on the Jets to catch up. So I think Darnell Savage or Adrian Amos is blocked them. And I was like, that is crazy. I mean, 2 fastest receivers on the team. So the Dolphins have the Patriots. So I the Dolphins need to win out. That's the most important.
They pretty much do.
They beat the Jets. They lost to the Jets already. And I believe they beat New England.
They did beat New England week 1.
So they need to win this week to knock the Patriots out. And then you just got to pray and hope that the Jets lose. And then they need to win.
You're also forgetting the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is a team that you can never leave off a list ever, because they're a team that I didn't think they would do much this season. And they somehow have 7 wins. They're sitting a game behind wild card. And Mike Tomlin just has this thing where he can't finish below 500.
I honestly think if Tua would have sat out that second half, I think the Dolphins would have won.
I can't say that because Teddy Bridgewater hasn't shown me anything this year when he's played.
I mean, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater would have thrown. I can't say that either because he might have thrown back-to-back picks, but
I don't think he would have thrown 3 picks, but I don't think he would have thrown for touchdowns either.
You would have got him close enough to get at least some points on the board, though. At least.
I mean, Jason Sanders missed a field goal. I can't stand Jason Sanders either. Also, I want to point out that the Dolphins defense, it's terrible secondary, obviously due to injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Their secondary is being torched. Xavier Howard does not deserve a Pro Bowl. I don't care. As a Dolphins fan, I will admit to that. But I will also stand that Christian Wilkins deserves a Pro Bowl. He's having a Hall of Fame career right now. I will die on that one. And
I mean, it was clutch that Armstead was healthy though.
Armstead definitely deserves his Pro Bowl. Here, Tyreek definitely deserves his Pro Bowl. I think Jalen Waddle should have been there over Chase. Hot take. Look at the stats. The stats show it.
Because, isn't it Waddle's receptions went down, but his yards per reception went up there?
Crazy, yeah. I think they're both at 8 touchdowns, I believe. I think Waddle has way more yardage, but he has less catches than Chase.
Okay.
It's not about who's the better receiver, it's about who's having a better year. And I think Waddle's having a better year.
And Jamar Chase also missed 4 or 5 weeks with
a hip injury. If you should or should not be in the Pro Bowl. I'm just saying.
But, I mean, it obviously doesn't because there's a lot of players that missed a ton of games that got selected.
But regardless, I think Christian Wilkins being snubbed out of a Pro Bowl is absolutely an embarrassment. We saw what he was doing against the Chargers on primetime TV.
Yeah, I don't know. The Dolphins have been they definitely choked the last 3 weeks, which they looked really promising in that Bills game. That would have been a clutch win.
They looked good against the Packers for a whole half.
Mike McDaniels, what happened?
Tua got a concussion, and Josh Boyer needs to be fired as defensive coordinator. And we need a pass coverage linebacker. Our secondary needs to improve.
I think Mike McDaniels was looking at his new watch too long and not worrying about Tua. I mean, like honestly, like if anything, like I think the NFL should implement this, but like if you can see in replay that they smack their head on the ground, that
Hard
should
to
be
say
like.
that though.
But like, I mean, it was hard to see like in time, like people weren't really watching it, but once you saw the replay of it, it was pretty obvious what happened.
Yeah, but it's not something you can just it's bang bang plays, and I guess like people are saying, Tua did not look concussed at the sidelines. It was until they tested him they realized, oh, he's not right in the head.
This is what the sad thing is, though. Tua's career is probably going to get cut short because of concussions.
He's probably gonna have CTE. He's definitely gonna have CTE.
But you know what's going to happen though? They're going to draft his brother.
His brother isn't good.
He looked good today in his bowl game.
I'm gonna need Tyler Van Dyke or something.
Who knows? Maybe one of the star QBs is going to fall this year.
Take for Archie Manning. Give me a Manning.
No, Arch Manning is going to the Packers. Now stop.
No, Arch Manning is coming to Miami somehow, somewhere. I need it. Look, listen. My original plan was to wait another year for Trevor Lawrence, and they robbed me of Trevor Lawrence. Okay, you can at least give me Arch.
I guess as a Packer fan, we've been spoiled the last 2 decades pretty much with Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. So I mean,
I was born in 2000. I have not seen a Super Bowl, a playoff win from the Dolphins yet. I don't want to hear this.
I've seen a Super Bowl.
I wish that must be nice.
And we were a wild card team, so anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
So who do you think is taking? Who do you think is taking the 7th seed?
It's either Pittsburgh or New England.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go with the Jets. I think Mike White is going to.
Mike White isn't good enough. He's fun. He's very entertaining. He's definitely what that team needs as an upspark, but he's just not talented enough to make it happen.
The thing is, I don't trust the Patriots. Mac Jones has looked like shit all year.
You know who I do trust?
Who?
Bill.
Okay, but Bill Belichick, he can call the plays and everything on the sidelines.
It's Matt Patricia's dumbass.
But like the defense. But because we all know Bill Belichick has some sort of say in what's going on right now.
Of course, it's Bill Belichick. Trust Bill Belichick.
I don't trust Mac Jones. And I don't trust Bailey Zapp.
Neither do I, but I definitely don't trust a young Jets team like that yet to make these big plays. I do like the Jets. I think they're trending towards the right direction. I do think they need an upgrade at quarterback. Zach Wilson is obviously not the guy. Mike White isn't the guy you want to have as your starting quarterback either. I think yours options. I do see them potentially making play for the Lamar sweepstakes.
Who knows? Maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to come out of retirement and go back. Fitzmagic. You saw that when he was at Miami and he was talking shit about Brady on that podcast.
I know, but Brady ruined his life. Brady ruined the whole AFC East lives. All right.
Well, now he's ruining the NFC South now.
Well, the NFC South is ass.
Well, I mean, as we can see by standings wise,
there's 2 divisions with 7 and 8 records winning at. Why can't I have that? Why can't we have that?
Okay, so obviously in the NFC, I think the Bucks are going to win the division and clinch the 4th seed. I think they're going to beat. I think they play the Saints and the Panthers still. I believe, and I think they're going to win both those games. Which is going to, I'm pretty sure it's going to knock out the Panthers and the Saints of playoff contentions. So I'm not worried about the Panthers or the Saints.
Quick little rant from the Saints point of view. Dennis Allen, you have the best pass catching running back in football, one of the best runners in football, and you don't use him. You don't deserve a job in the NFL.
I know there's frustration because didn't you take Kamara in 2 fantasy football leagues?
3. Yes. Bro, every time in the red zone, I'm like, give it to Kamara. You know who they gave it to?
Chris Olave.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill too.
They have Taysom Hill's running back. For what?
I think Kamara's
Or they give it to Mark Ingram. For what?
Alvin Kamara out of New Orleans sooner or later. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, there's rumors this season, but he might get suspended next year. If I was the Saints, I'm firing Dennis Allen first year in. I'm like, no, he's bad. He's ruined the team. Get him out of there. Get an offensive-minded head coach because you have too much offensive genius in that team to not have an offensive coach. If you want, demote Dennis Allen back to defensive coordinator because the Saints defense is still Saints defense, believe it or not.
Do you think Sean Payton comes back though?
No, apparently they're having issues. The Saints management and Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, if he comes back, where do you think he's going though?
San Diego. Chargers.
I can see that. So obviously I think the Panthers and Saints are out. So Buccaneers are going to lock up. So then we got to worry about the Packers, the Lions, the Seahawks, the Commanders, and the Giants.
I'll do anything for the Seahawks to replace the Commanders.
Agreed. So here's the thing with the Packers. They lost to both the Giants and the Commanders. So they can't tie. So that they need to win out. And see, I don't want to say the Giants are a lock at 6, but I don't know.
I feel 8-6, 2 weeks in, you probably are in a good spot.
And they play the Colts.
So Jeff Saturday cannot coach.
Yep. And I mean, who knows what happens with the Eagles now? I mean, Gardner Minshew looked good. So who knows what happens in this? So maybe, who knows? Maybe the Giants win out. I don't think so. I think they'll lose to the Eagles still. Because who knows? Maybe Jalen Hurts will play.
I mean, it depends. I think if the Eagles win this week, they clinch first seed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they win this week, who do they play this week?
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Saints.
Ooh. It's a game they should win.
And for my hope and savior, for the Packers to win out, they'll beat the Vikings. So I'm pretty sure if the Eagles win and the Vikings lose, it's a lock, or if the Eagles win out.
Yeah, if the Eagles win next week, I feel like they clinched first seed no matter what. Plus, they have the tiebreaker over Minnesota because they beat Minnesota.
But I think there's a team that we might be forgetting about. Will the Niners?
Nah, the Niners have to win out. The Eagles have to lose out. If the Eagles win one, they're fine when it comes to the Niners.
But is Jalen Hurts going to play though? I think that's what it comes down to. If Jalen Hurts plays, it's a lock.
For against the Saints, he's listed as doubtful.
So Minshew plays. Who knows? Maybe, and plus the Saints, they're playing for their lives right now. So who knows? Maybe the Eagles will lose.
Yeah, but they have Dennis Allen.
Yeah, and Andy Dalton. But who knows? So like it's for even for the NFC, the top 3 seeds aren't even safer at this point.
I'm gonna say this. I don't care what you give me. I'm taking the Niners to make it out of the NFC.
I mean, they look like the best team in football right now.
Their defense is ridiculous. Like their linebacking speed is ridiculous. I don't know how you put more than 20 points on that team. Like you're gonna have to shut down their offense, and their offense. I don't know what. I've argued this conversation before. I genuinely think Kyle Shanahan is a better head coach than Sean McVay. But Sean McVay has Super Bowl ring now, and that's what people will always quote to. Sean McVay has a Super Bowl ring, but Kyle Shanahan has made 2 NFC championships already, a Super Bowl, which they should have won, by the way, if it wasn't for Joe Garoppolo being super mid.
Honestly,
there's an argument for it.
I mean, I agree. I think Jimmy G is the reason why. I think Jimmy G getting hurt saved the Niners this year.
No, because Jimmy G was balling this year. He was actually having his best year.
I think Brock Purdy's better.
I wouldn't say he's better. His arm strength is terrible. He has no arm strength in his throws, but he's a very accurate passer. I give him that.
Okay, so this is what's dangerous about the Niners. George Kittle is playing like an elite tight end right now. He's got like 4 touchdowns and over almost 250 yards the last 2 games. They have Brandon Ayuk, good. Debo still. McCaffrey. And then, like you said, and then Brock Purdy, he's playing good. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners pick Purdy over.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
You don't think so?
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I'll say it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Trey Lance has not gotten a fair shot. Let's be honest here.
Okay, but let's think about this though. If Brock Purdy takes the Niners to the Super Bowl this year,
I'm trading him. I'm reaping the benefits of trading him. I genuinely think it's the Kyle Shanahan system. What quarterback besides Trey Lance for one game has looked terrible in that system?
I mean, they have so many targets. I don't know how you're not good.
The Kyle Shanahan system.
But we saw with Jimmy Garoppolo, he was successful, but he wasn't successful enough to win a Super Bowl.
But he was successful. He looked like an NFL quarterback. It's why people were confused as to why they benched him in the first place.
Are you looking for a quarterback that's going to take you to the playoffs and lose? Or are you looking for a quarterback that's going to take you to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl?
Trey Lance.
Brock Purdy.
Trey Lance. You want to trust Trey Lance. Trust me.
Okay, how about this?
Give him an actual
if the Niners win the Super Bowl, then what?
They're not, because Kansas City exists. Patrick Mahomes is going daddy mode.
Which I do have something to say after this, though. So, obviously, you said that you want the Commanders gone.
I want.
You think
after the Sean Taylor thing, as a UM legend, Miami legend, I need them gone. I need them out of here. That disrespect. It's so disrespectful.
Did you see what the Mavs did with Dirk, though? Like, that is a real.
Look, I'm not a Mavs fan. I hate the Mavs. I don't like Dirk. That statue is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous. I love it so much.
See, those statues are what great players need. And I guarantee you, LeBron's going to get one in Cleveland doing his famous tomahawk, or maybe he'll get the block shot. Who knows? We already know that's going to happen.
I do want doing the.
Oh, the witness.
Yeah, I feel like that would be cool. Wade has to get one in Miami with the hole.
This is my city.
Yeah, this is my house.
Dade County.
It's my house, Wade County.
So, honestly, Packers, I think they're going to lose. Don't tell other Packer fans that. They're definitely losing to the Vikings.
It's not likely. I'll say that.
I think they're going to lose.
Also, not having Christian Watson is going to hurt low-key because Christian Watson has been your best receiver the last 3-4 weeks.
Yep. It hurts. I hate Christian Watson on my bench.
I started him, and he got hurt.
So
I benched Devontae Smith.
So the Lions, they play the Packers, they play the Bears. I think they beat the Bears.
Easy.
And then, depending on what happens with the Packers, if they lose
they have a real shot. They have a real shot making playoffs. And I'd be so happy for Dan Campbell if he makes playoffs.
And if the Packers lose to the Vikings,
I'll do anything. Look, no, I don't hate the Giants. I'm generally very in neutral when it comes to Giants. I don't care for them. But I would so love for the Lions and the Seahawks to make the playoffs over the Giants and the Commanders. Just because, one, Dan Campbell I love Dan Campbell. Dolphins legend, Dan Campbell. I want to see him in the playoffs. And I want to see Geno Smith in the playoffs. All the shit that happened to Geno Smith, I would love to see Geno Smith in the playoffs.
So if the Lions, if the Lions beat the Bears, but if the Packers lose, do they bench Aaron Rodgers the last week if they're out of contention?
Give Jordan Love some love. Let him play. Let's see what you got in him. And from there, decide if you want to keep with Aaron Rodgers or not.
But if they lose and the Commanders lose and the Seahawks lose, then it's going to get interesting. Because the Seahawks to win the tiebreaker over Detroit, and then division tiebreaks was initially used to eliminate the Packers. So that Detroit wins tiebreak over Green Bay by 1%. And I'm pretty sure if it's all a tiebreaker, then it goes down to strength of schedule. Pretty sure.
I assume the Packers have the better strength of schedule over the Lions.
No. The Lions are 0.495. The Packers are only at 0.425. All right, wait, hold on. Well, yeah, okay, hold on. Strength of schedule. The Lions are
5-7-1.
0.05.
Wow.
And then even strength of victory, the Packers are down by 7.07.
Wow.
So
Fair enough.
Packers, if they lose, they're down. And even if they win and the Lions win, I would hate to watch my first week of football. Well, I can't say that yet. We can't say that.
Not yet.
I don't want to spend.
Stay tuned.
I don't want to spend my weekend off of school, or last day off of school before spring semester starts, watching the Packers and hopefully that they win.
Oh no, we go watch something. We're just not gonna watch that.
Follow us on TikTok. But okay, who do you think is taking it?
I think Giants probably will take it. Let me see Giants schedule real quick.
They play the Colts and the Eagles.
Right, we saw that already. They probably will beat the Colts. I think one win is enough for them to make playoffs. I think they'll be fine in the playoffs. Yeah, they'll probably sleep well in the playoffs. The Commanders, I want them out of there so bad. Who do they play? Please tell me they play the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Browns and Cowboys. They'll lose to the Cowboys.
They'll definitely lose to the Cowboys, but the Browns. Well, actually, wait. It depends if the Cowboys have reasons to play or not. Because if the Eagles win one, then they have no reason to play the division, and I'm pretty sure they're by far the best team in the wild card. Yeah.
But so if the Eagles lose, though, then they have a reason to play.
Then they have a reason to play. Yes.
So the NFC is it's going to get
There's a reason why. There's a reason why there's an X next to the Eagles' name and not a Z.
Yeah. And I think this is the most important week. I don't think week 18 really. I mean, it's going to be important for some teams, but I think week 17 is most important.
Note to self: never make the fantasy Super Bowl on week 17 anymore. It's gonna be week 16 from now on.
That was ours though.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for football. And now I think it's time to talk about the future MVP of the league, Luka Doncic.
Listen, the MVP race is close this year.
Okay, so who do we think you have? So give me your top 5. Give me your top 5.
Joker.
Okay.
Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
Luka.
Mm-hmm.
KD.
Yep.
Is Giannis up there or no?
I mean, I think so.
He's not playing like Giannis anymore.
Or maybe do you possibly give it to Zion?
How about Ja?
Ooh, the Grizzlies are getting shit on ever since what Ja said. They're getting shit on.
They're getting targeted. But you still respect what Ja's doing.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I totally agree, but I think I'm giving it to Zion. But I think it's disrespectful enough to say that not to give it to Giannis, though. Or even have him in the conversation.
He's in the conversation, just how much of a conversation is he in?
But obviously, front runner, Luka.
Jokic. Again, he's averaging almost a triple-double again. He's tied first seed in the West.
Okay, yeah, but you can't give it to the higher seed, though.
You do. It's the most valuable player. And
okay,
the Mavs are fifth.
Okay, the MVP is fucking bullshit, and we all know it.
I mean, LeBron's been robbed a couple, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Harden got robbed twice.
Kobe got robbed.
Kobe got robbed a lot. Wade got robbed in 09.
Mm-hmm.
I know LeBron won that one, but Wade got robbed. I'm saying.
Okay, so can you read me Jokic's stats one more time?
I got you. Let me pull them up. Nikola Jokic this year is averaging, basketball reference, thank you very much, 26, 11, and 9.5. on 61%, 62% shooting, 32% shooting, and 3-point shooting, and 80% shooting from the free throw line.
Okay.
If you're looking
Luka.
for efficiency field goal percentage, 64%.
Okay, so Luka, 33.7. So pretty much 34. Almost pretty much 9 rebounds and 9 assists. And he just broke the best game in NBA history. He just broke it. 60, 20,
20, and 10.
and 10. How can you not give it to Luka?
On like 60% shooting too.
Okay. So hold on. I'm just gonna get this up. So Luka is shooting. Obviously, his free throw percentage isn't. It's
And
in.
his 3-point shooting is also pretty mad.
So he is shooting 50% from the field right now. 35.8% from three, which isn't bad, but it's also not good. I mean, if you want like 37, 38 or higher.
I mean, 30. The thing is, it's the inflation in the NBA. 35% is not a bad 3-point percentage,
And
especially for as many takes to see. How many times does Luka shoot threes a game?
it says that he shoots almost 8 a game.
That's not a bad percentage for 8 shoot threes a game.
Okay, tell me, who does Jokic have as teammates?
Jamal, MPJ. I think MPJ's having a good year, if I remember correctly.
KCP. I mean, their roster is a lot more.
Damn, Jamal's averaging 18 on 43% shooting. 44.
So, based on what the Mavs have right now,
No, I agree that the Nuggets are the better team with or without Jokic. I just think he's first seed in the West. He's averaging a near triple double, which is the same thing that got Westbrook a ring, an MVP.
so you don't have to be a top seed then to win a ring or to get
But
an
he is the
MVP.
first seed with the averaging.
Because didn't Jokic win it the last 2 years without being a top seed?
He did. It's true. But this year he's doing it
last
with
year,
the top seed.
But last year without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. And that's pretty much what Luka is doing right now, though.
Oh no, I agree that Luka is in the conversation. The thing is, they're gonna, and we gotta think how voters think, not how you personally think. How voters think. Voters are gonna see first seed in the West, almost a triple double. How is he not winning it?
Well, because the MVP voting is rigged. I think we all know it.
I mean, it's how voters think. The media hype is gonna benefit Luka a lot. That's how Derrick Rose won an MVP in 2011.
LeBron got rigged.
Agreed. Media hype is important. I do think Jokic's hype went down a lot this year, and I think people are tired of it. The only thing that can affect Nikola Jokic winning MVP for a third straight year is voter fatigue.
That's what happened to LeBron also, but okay. Well, and Curry, but whatever. I mean, how do we look at MVP voting? How do casuals like us look at how MVP voting should be? Who is the most valuable player?
The most valuable player to me is whoever's helping the team win the most. All right.
So
break that down to win shares.
So if we just go over the standings, and you tell me if a team would be better, worse, or even with their star player. The Celtics. How would the Celtics be without Tatum?
Jaylen Brown would probably take over. Would
they be a playoff team?
Yes, they'll definitely be a playoff team.
The Nets. So if you take KD away,
yes,
they would be.
With the way they're playing right now, yes.
They'd be a playoff team without KD?
With the way they're playing right now, yes. If they were playing the way they were playing with Steve Nash, absolutely not.
Okay. You took Giannis away from the Bucks.
Probably not. This Bucks team is bad around Giannis this year. There's no athleticism on that team whatsoever.
And their best free agent signing, Joe Ingles, this year, he's been playing like dog shit too.
Yes. This team needs to trade for some athletic wings now.
The Cavs, if you take away Mitchell, where would they be?
They'd still be in the playoffs.
Sixers, if you take away Embiid, I'll say.
Embiid?
Yeah. Take away Embiid, where would they be?
Harden will definitely get you to the playoffs. He just won't get you far.
Okay.
With
Screw the Pacers. Whoever you take away from the Pacers, they would still suck. The Heat, if you took away Jimmy.
We're asses here. Absolutely not.
Okay, so no. The Knicks suck. Hawks, if you took away Trey.
Whoa. Okay. Look.
So you're telling me if you take away Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle.
Let's not act like the Knicks didn't just go on a fucking fat win streak, okay? Look, I'm all for Knicks slander, but we can't disrespect the Knicks like that. Especially the New York media. They're going to be on that ass.
Come at me. I can take it. But, like, okay, so obviously if you go to the West, without Zion, where would the Pelicans be?
Well, I have an interesting one for the Pelicans because they also haven't had Brandon Ingram in a long time.
True.
So they can get better.
Okay, the Nuggets. Here we go. Where would the Nuggets be without Nikola Jokic?
Maybe bottom playoffs.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip a couple. Where would the Mavs be without Luka?
They'd be ass. 100%. They would be a lottery team.
So that's how us casuals look at it. Who is the best player on the team and who's helping them win? And obviously, I think Luka is more valuable to the Mavs.
I also think Luka does hurt some players in the Mavs, though. The playing style of.
Maybe it's just because the rest of the team is ass.
The team is ass. But, like, there's certain players that I like on the team, like Josh Green. I like DFS.
But, like, are those players good enough to be take a leap?
No.
Because their free agent signing or trade of the offseason of Christian Wood obviously hasn't. I mean, Christian Wood's playing good.
He started good, and then he isn't. He's had games, but he hasn't been. I just also feel like they're misusing him. I think he should be way more in the pick and roll game with Luka Doncic.
I mean, obviously, it's opinion based. You obviously think Jokic is better. You think he should be the MVP.
It's not that I think he's better. I just think you look at a 1 seed almost averaging, tied for 1 seed right now. Look at that point straight. And you look at the fact that he's half assist away from averaging a triple-double on 60-something% shooting. Like, the NBA voters will look at that and just think, yes, he's winning MVP.
But Luka is also what?
No, Luka is hooping. There's no denying that. Luka will probably finish. Okay, we're also forgetting that Jason Tatum should be in this competition too.
But okay, this is the thing though. I think Tatum's getting overlooked at what Kevin Durant is doing in the East and what Luka
wouldn't say that. I'd say he's getting overlooked by the West right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets win the East. Let's be honest.
They're finally looking like an actual team. It's almost like coaching matters.
It's not like defense doesn't matter anymore. Because Steve Nash, we heard what happened at practices. Steve Nash didn't care. He expected them to go out there, play like pick up basketball, run a couple pick and rolls, and do whatever you got to do. It's not like that.
It's not like the NBA.
You may have Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, arguably the best small forward, arguably the best point guard in the league. You just can't just go freestyle out there. Hold on. I said arguably.
It's not even arguable. It's not even arguable. Curry exists in this league. Come on now. You can say skillful. Well, arguably the most skillful. Not the best.
Where's Curry right now?
Injured.
He is the 10th seed in the West.
Okay, then it's not act like the team doesn't have one of the best starting lineups in the basketball. It's just their bench is absolutely terrible.
But I said arguably. Arguably. People are going to argue.
Skillful. I can give you 3 or 4 point guards better than Kyrie.
I mean, so could I. You could easily say Steph,
Dame. Ja, probably. Arguably right now is probably a bit better. I know people are going to be mad about that one, but no, stop. Stop with your fucking nostalgia glasses. It's 2022. Give it the times.
If I had a team, though, I'm taking Kyrie over Ja.
No. Ja's younger. Why would I not take Ja?
Because Ja scares me.
Look at what I feel that. But look at what Jaw's doing with the Grizzlies. It's not like he took them. Last year there was 2 seed. This year they're top 3 again. Come on, bro. He's him. He's that guy.
He scares me.
I feel that though, because I feel he's a bad landing away from tearing his ACL. But his shooting is improved.
He reminds me too much of Derrick Rose, and if I'm a Grizzlies fan, be hyped now because obviously never want to pray injuries on anyone. But the way that Ja is playing right now,
the way he lands is so scary, man.
It's like he learned how to jump, but he didn't learn how to land, or he didn't know when to jump because he's trying to dunk over like 7-footers from like the second spot when players line up for free throws, like the offensive player spot when they line up for free throws. That's where he's trying to dunk from, and that is way too scary. I mean, he tried to do it to Kevin Love. He tried to do it to someone the other night. He tried to do it to someone else. One bad landing, and we've seen it before. He has bad ankles. He's had like 3 or 4 ankle injuries. Hopefully, his new Nike deal, his shoes help him.
I ain't gonna lie, his shoes look nice.
And this talking about shoes, Anthony Davis, get on some fucking LeBrons, dude. You need to fix your shit, dude.
Get some Kobe's. Get some Kobe's high tops, bro. Please.
Or that too.
Please.
Oh gosh. So you have Jokic. Okay, so MVP talk is pretty much done now. But who is the rookie of the year so far? I have my guy.
They're gonna give it to Paolo. It's Paolo.
And I said that at the beginning of the year. Paolo is cooking.
Ben fell off. Ben was balling, but he fell off a cliff. I think he hit the rookie wall.
Jaden Ivey
looks nice. Keegan Murray has not picked up his. He looked good in the Summer League. He has not. No. Jabari Smith is starting to figure it out. I just think he doesn't know how to create his jump shot, his own shot yet. And that's gonna hold him back. Rookie of the year is Chet. Come on now. But Paolo's probably winning that.
But a player that's getting underlooked a lot though is Shaedon Sharpe and what he's doing in Portland. He's not going to win the Rookie of the Year, but he's getting underlooked.
Shaedon Sharpe was a hooper. He's a great player. My issue with him was always in his injury history.
Yeah, he didn't, and we didn't know what to expect out of him coming out of
Portland isn't exactly the team you want to have injury history in.
Dame is hurt too much.
Dame's hurt, and let's not forget Brandon Roy and Greg Oden. To any Portland fan out there, I apologize. I really do.
I mean, I wish LaMarcus Aldridge went back there to end his career. That would
be once a week. I think about what that Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Greg Oden team would have looked like had they stayed healthy. And the funniest thing is, they could have had Dame with that team too because they traded Gerald Wallace for that pick.
That is so true. But they would be again. They'd be in the same spot. No defense in the perimeter.
I mean, with that offense, it'd be game changing at the time.
So I know before you said you had a question. So I mean, I guess since we're on the NBA topic, might as well get to it.
Since we're in the injury topic as well, this year has been very injury ridden. I think a lot of injuries happened this year. A lot of teams have missed their best players this year. I mean, Anthony Davis right now is out.
He's coming back though. He's coming back 2 weeks, hopefully.
He should be out for a month. Total, not from here on out. Total.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously Dame missing in and out of games.
Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Bam.
Do you think the NBA has a schedule issue?
I mean, like I told you before, it's tough. It is tough. And in my honest opinion, and I don't care if I say this or not, I just think a lot of players are
softer,
load managing, and they're soft. But teams don't want to say that they're load managing. Obviously, when you look at the Clippers,
they can. That's fine.
Because when you look at the Clippers, you can say, "Oh, we're knee managing Kawhi's knee," or if you look at the Nuggets, we're knee managing Jamal Murray. Like, I mean, obviously you can say that because they had severe injuries. They both tore their ACL. Anthony Davis, I don't know what honestly, I don't know what happened. And I don't think anyone knows. He went up in the air. He hit a defender's leg and his ankle sprained, but it's not an ankle injury, but it's a foot injury. I don't know what's going on.
I have an argument to that. I don't think it's the players got softer. I think that the pace is just a lot faster. It's harder to keep your body to a certain degree when you're playing a lot faster.
I mean, agreed. But like when you look at players like LeBron, who were known as he was the most indestructible athlete of all time. And like, this proves your case too. But like, you notice, even though he's getting old, but the pace is catching up to him too. Because you saw him the other night, he literally tripped running backwards.
The NBA pace right now is no joke.
I think the issue is that all these young players, they're coming in more athletic, in that these older players cannot handle that.
Fox,
the NBA, like players like the Lakers, they want to push transition as much as they can, but like I think that they're looking to settle down if they can, run a half court offense and do it that way, run it through AD. And then that's the thing with star big men. That's what more teams are going to do. Like when you look at the Nuggets, besides Aaron Gordon trying to dunk over motherfuckers and creating like an absolute havoc around social media, but especially the Nuts too. Like, does it look like KD and Kyrie want to run up and down the court 50 times a game?
Especially in the regular season. If it was playoffs, it's one thing. In the regular season, it's another.
And I blame the young players for that. I think
I blame Golden State.
What?
They were the first team to push tempo like that.
You don't think the Heat did? Especially with Brown and Wade?
Okay, my thing is the modern basketball was created in the Miami with Bosh playing the 5, the small ball 5. It wasn't a true small ball that we know now, but it was a small ball 5 at the time because we weren't used to that type of basketball.
Okay.
They were very fast, very athletic. They had wings to push tempo. But Spoelstra was never a push tempo kind of coach. He was always run, grit and grind offense, get to the post, bully ball, half court offense. You'll see nice ball movement on occasion, but for the most part, it's bully ball, grit and grind offense.
Mm-hmm.
Which it didn't look that way because you had LeBron, Wade, and Bosh on the floor, and it just looked way more graceful than what it really was. Then Golden State took that.
Okay.
Golden State took that. They implemented the three-point line, obviously. They were the first team to shoot lights out, 1,000 threes a game. They took the small ball element. They started pushing the tempo even faster. And that's where modern basketball perfected itself. The Golden State Warriors in 2015 and 2016.
Okay. Fair enough. But again, the issue is all these young teams want to push, and all these older players.
The younger legs, the more you can push tempo. But I think Golden State started that, and then teams are just now adding on to it with their athleticism and their younger talent.
Agreed. The Packers will get that wild card. I don't know about that one, man. I don't know.
It's not looking likely, but who knows?
Because they got to play the Vikings, and
legit.
And they got to play the Lions, and the Lions are looking good too. Both those teams have something to play for still. The Vikings are still trying to get that number 1 seed in the NFC, and the Lions are still trying to get the wild card. It's gonna be tough, and like with Christian Watson out,
I don't trust the core for the Packers like outside of Christian Watson like that.
Aaron Jones still having ankle issues, and obviously you got Lazard. Fine, I mean.
He's a fine number 2, maybe number 3, but he's not a number 1.
And then Romeo Doubs has been out all year. I don't know what the stat was. I think the stat was like Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs played together for like 10 snaps the entire year.
That's
something. It was something crazy like that. I don't know if it's true or not, but they played like less than like 20, 30 snaps together all year. But I do not see the Packers making the wild card. No one expecting them to be where they are right now.
Well, I mean, he's from Wisconsin. Bryce is from Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin, but I'm also a Dolphins fan.
He's a half and half.
I am. Straight down the middle. And the Dolphins half was super hyped this year. Packers half was way down here, and now
And
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's going up and down.
I hate Dolphins with all my life. Anyways.
But no, yeah, scheduling it's all messed up. Obviously, you can't go back to the back-to-back nights, and I don't think the NBA is going to extend the season any more than what it already is. Because I think they think the season's already too long. Maybe it is time to implement a 72 game year.
I'm going to say this: adding the mid-season tournament thing they want to do is the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life.
It's all about the money, but without players, you're not going to make money.
Exactly. Why are we doing that? Like, and you have to give them something to play for. If you give them like $1 million, they're not going to play for that. You know how much money they make?
I mean, if I got invited to that, I would do it for $1 million.
Yeah, but you don't get paid $43 million a year like they do. Fuck is another $1 million gonna do?
I mean, if you look at PJ Washington, he needs that extra $1 million. I mean, PJ Washington signed up for a contract of 18 years of like, what is it, like $48 million? He got signed to a max contract by the court of the Charlotte court or
By
North Carolina court.
The court of Brittany Grant.
But no, I mean, the NFL is going to be close though. Tyreek is so fast, he's going to come to play in Green Bay if he wants to. No, if anything, Tyreek can go there. But if anything, Tyreek goes to Minnesota because that was his favorite team.
Was it really?
Growing up, yes.
I know that. He ended up choosing Miami because of the state tax though.
Yeah, all that money ain't getting taxed. He making them big bucks.
He made an adult choice, and I don't know why Miami doesn't use that more to their advantage. You have no state tax.
Pat Riley uses that.
He used to. Pat Riley washed. That man cooked. The man is loony. The man is bedridden or something. He's not moving. He froze.
I mean, the Heat, they're looking a little rough, but I mean, air expulsion.
OBJ was the perfect receiver for Green Bay, if I'm being very honest. But
he was the perfect receiver last year.
And he just did not want to go there. I'm not him. I can't explain that.
I guess that's a good question though. Where's OBJ going next year?
Dallas, 100%.
Come to Green Bay or to Miami. OBJ, Tyreek, and Jalen Waddle.
Look, I was on that train at one point, but right now we need a pass coverage linebacker. We need some secondary. We might potentially need a new quarterback.
Calm down. Calm. Archie Manning isn't coming out of the draft for another 3-4 years. So we still got time.
I mean, there's a good quarterbacks in these next two draft classes.
Even though Archie Manning went to the Packers. We deserve it.
We deserve it. For what? Having Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre back to back. We deserve it.
We had to do Jordan Love.
Struggle.
Jordan Love.
No, I have not seen struggle. I'm a Dolphins fan. I've seen enough struggle. I've seen Jay Fielder as my quarterback. I've seen Chad Pennington as my quarterback. Chad Henne as my quarterback.
Ryan Tannehill.
Matt Moore.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Josh Rosen.
Joey Harrington, bro.
Our GM gives on a shit up. Yes. Agreed.
Also,
Agreed.
No offense. This is not like, but like, flashy players don't want to go to like Wisconsin because it's not cool. For some, like they'll rather go to LA or something like that. It's just that's the game. Sometimes you get the cards they're dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. No one wants to come to Wisconsin. No one wants to come and play for the Brewers even in the middle of summer in Wisconsin.
Hey, listen, I'm a Marlins fan. What the fuck are our signings? We're not doing shit, okay? We're not doing shit. We just did our first signing. At least by the way, Gene. But
at least you're not in the fucking hole with Christian Yelich's deal. We're in the hole with Christian Yelich. That could have been
God. Thank God he's not here. Woo! Got rid of that one.
But hey, I think the NFL this weekend is the most important part of what's going on. The NBA All-Star Game is coming up very soon too. If you don't know, NBA All-Star voting has started. So go on NBA.com. and get your votes in.
Hey! What is this free sponsorship? I want to see an NBA check. I want to see an NBA check.
We need to see our guys, the players that actually deserve it, make the All-Star game. We don't need.
Agreed, but I don't see an NBA check.
Do you remember like 3-4 years ago when Zaza Pachulia was about to make the All-Star team?
Hey, Warriors fans are nuts.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with Yelich?
Oh, simple. They cracked down on sign stealing. He can't hit anymore.
The Brewers were not doing that. You're
Yes,
talking
they
about
were. There's evidence towards it.
No.
Bro, the whole league was doing it. I don't want to hear it.
But hey, there's one team that got caught. There's one team that got caught.
But the whole league was the Dodgers were doing it 1,000%. The Yankees were doing it 1,000%. The Brewers were rumored to do it. The Nationals were doing it when they won the World Series. Like the whole league was doing it.
Hey, you can't talk shit about the Brewers because we suck still. So who gives a shit about the Brewers? That's why no one talks about it.
It's not that he's playing with his eyes closed. It's that he's playing not knowing the pitches anymore.
He is playing with a bum back and a shattered kneecap that he has yet to recover from. And his morale is very low. And we all see it from all, I don't know what's happened to Aaron Judge this year. But when players see that paycheck, they're just like, shit, dude. It's guaranteed money, like a couple $100 million. I ain't doing shit.
Shout out Chris Davis if you know, you know.
Players, when they see that paycheck come in, they're just like, shit, dude, I ain't doing nothing.
I'm scared for Ohtani. I'm scared for Ohtani next year, bro. You're talking about $500 million for him.
Hey, Ohtani, you hand him a check and a check and a pen, and you say, how many zeros do you want at the end?
Yeah.
But the max amount is like 9.
I mean, look, he's looking at $500 million.
If he gets $500 million, he needs to pick between. No, there is no choice. If you give Ohtani $500 million, you're sitting your ass in right field. You are not pitching with a $500 million contract. No fucking way.
You play both. He plays both. You play him at both. He's an ace and a freaking 3.
But are you gonna take the risk though? Because what is the most common baseball injury for a pitcher? Tommy John. And what happens to players? I think there's only like maybe 1 or 2 players that have recovered from Tommy John surgery and have been as successful as they are. Justin Verlander.
I get that.
Jacob DeGrom.
Shout out Justin Verlander, the GOAT.
DeGrom and Adam Wainwright. Those are the only 3 pitchers that in our current generation that we know about that came back from Tommy John surgery.
I feel that. But the other day, he's a god at both positions. You have to play him at both positions.
But you take
it's not like he's a mid pitcher. He's an elite pitcher. And if you can get both sides of the field on one player, he's worth the money.
Yeah, obviously he's worth the money, but I don't risk the chance of Tommy John surgery.
But the thing is, you're paying him the $500 million to play both positions. Otherwise, you just pay him like a normal hitter.
Rogers gets paid more than all quarterbacks. Yeah, that's not going to happen in a couple years. Every quarterback, I remember when Rogers got paid, 2, 3, and then Mahomes got paid. Josh Allen got paid. I mean, it's going to happen again. Who knows what's going to be the next guy? It's probably going to be Herbert. Herbert's probably going to get that next big paycheck.
No, I don't think his paycheck will be bigger than Rogers. Not yet, at least. There's going to be someone with a contract extension coming up soon, with their second contract coming up soon. Don't know who yet, though.
That's tough. I don't even know. Is there any star quarterbacks that are?
The thing is, Mahomes signed a contract for a long time, so it's not going to be Mahomes.
No. Ooh, Burrow.
Burrow's a shout. Especially if he makes a Super Bowl again somehow.
Burrow's going to get it 100%.
Yo, I'm so happy Joe Burrow lives to expectations.
Jalen Hurts too if he keeps performing.
Philly would definitely throw some big money contract at him.
But yeah, I mean, do you have anything else for this week?
No, I think that pretty much covers it this week. Next week, we have multiple surprises, potentially. Hey,
remember to check out the podcast, the TikTok, though, because there's going to be major news going on the TikTok, too, in next week.
TikTok? Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on our social medias at the Emilio Perez on Twitter and Instagram. And
check The Rock on all social media accounts. But yeah, I'm over Rodgers. I would trade Rodgers and Love to Raiders right now to get Devontae back. Yeah, it's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would like to see what Jordan Love has before I trade Jordan Love.
I already have a plan out for the Packers. You trade Rodgers to the Colts. You get draft capital back. You trade Jordan Love to the Saints. Get Michael Thomas back. Fix Michael Thomas's ankle because the best ankle surgeon who fixed Steph Curry's ankle is in Green Bay. Right down the street from Lambeau Field. You fix Michael Thomas's ankle. You tank for the next 3 years. And then you use Michael Thomas to develop Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson.
I'm so confused as to why you trade for Michael Thomas if you're not going to have a quarterback, but okay.
Or tanking.
But he wants to win.
Fuck Michael Thomas, dude. He ain't getting anything else in his career. He's done. He's washed. We need a good veteran receiver to develop our receiving core. That's what we need.
You should have gotten someone like T.Y.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But again, it's the Packers. Not a bad idea. See, not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea in theory, but like, why would Michael Thomas want to go to Green Bay? He wants to win. Like, I get the whole ankle surgery fixing, but like, he wants to win. If you're gonna have Michael Thomas, there's no point in not having a quarterback.
We'll find someone. Who knows? Maybe Jimmy G will come for the next couple of years. Who knows?
Some quarterback, Jimmy?
I don't know. I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo.
Is the LaFleur system that good?
I told people that LaFleur wasn't good. When you have the best quarterback and the best receiver in the game, you're gonna be good. And our defense was good. Was LaFleur out there calling defensive plays? No. And there's reports all around Rodgers and LaFleur saying Rodgers was changing the calls in the huddle. LaFleur has done dog shit. And we've seen it this year.
All right. So then why do you want Jimmy G then?
I don't know. We just need a quarterback to get us through for the next 3 years until we get Arch Manning.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yes. Mike White. Zach Wilson.
Sam Darnold.
Derek Carr. Thank you. Calls the dumbest plays. Yep. Facts. Okay, well, tune in next week for major news. Follow us on TikTok, all social medias. Keep you guys updated on the new surprises. Maybe we'll put some hints in those. So follow us on social media at the Casual Talk Podcast for TikTok, though, because that's going to be where the major stuff's going to come out.
All right.
Okay, take care, everyone.
See you, Space Cowboy.